What's up, YouTube fam? I think I need to start a new series with the YouTube community called Late Night Talks. No, just some things were running through my mind earlier, and I just wanted to get on and kind of discuss a little bit of it and get some feedback from it. It's a topic that's I was talking about earlier with a couple of friends of mine, and got a good strong talking point with it. It's about the subconscious mind. Okay. We know how supposedly we use only about 7 to 10% of our brain consciously. And subconsciously, I feel like we use the rest of it at times, given at times. Okay. Case in point, I'm just going to lay out a few examples of what I've dealt with in my lifetime that it isn't like it happens all the time. It's just, I think for some people you have to have a stronger hold of it, and some people it releases whenever it wants to release. With me, when I was very, very little, they told me I was actually extremely gifted in mathematics, and I would probably become a mathematical genius when I was really, really little. I think that it yielded a big threshold of pressure in my own mind as a child, because I heard that, and all of a sudden I just felt this weight on me, and I probably just rebelled against it, and decided that I'm not going to exceed at that, if that makes any sense. But it has been a strong point in my life. Regardless where I wanted to succeed in it or not, I've always been very good at it. Now, I'm not a mathematical genius. Could I have been a prodigy doing it? Perhaps. Perhaps. I can't tell you yay or nay on that. But I'll give you an example of stuff that's happened through my life. Now, I have, played darts and, done very good at it, and I've always been really quick at adding the dartboard up for people. It just clicks right here. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody's sitting there counting their fingers and doing all that, and it's just boom. Playing Uno, counting the cards, doing poker and stuff like that. Numbers come very easy to me. I just see them. I can't explain that. There's numerous games and things that have happened through the years where numbers just come into part, and it's always dealt in my favor. But nothing like the story I'm fixing to give you. It's kind of like late night ghost stories. No, but when I was working for Metro Aviation, there was one particular story that stands out above all that I can even think of. And I still today don't know how it happened. But, later on, I need to do a video on ghost stories, because I can really get y'all some goosebumps firsthand. Okay, but that's for another time. I need to write that down. Do a topic on that. I need to do that around Halloween, maybe. I don't know. But for real, let's get back to what we're doing here, the premise of this video. All right. I don't remember what the number was, okay? But we were looking at blueprints, and we were R&Ding a part for an aircraft, okay? And Russell, God rest his soul, he's no longer with us. He passed away a few years ago. But me and him were working together, and he came up with some crazy number that he needed to do math on, and it was like 5,642 times, I don't even remember if it was multiplication. I can't remember that erased from my mind. I just remember it was astronomical. All right. But all I know is when he said that, I seen a number in my head, and I just said a joke. It was a joke to me to say 32,564, whatever that was. And he's got his calculator, and he's doing this. And he says, "Wow, you're right. All right. What'd you He looks over and he sees I didn't have anything. He says, how'd you come up with that? And I'm like, come on, man, really? And he thinks I'm thinking like everybody should know that, but I'm thinking he's joking, playing into it. But it wasn't. And he showed me on his calculator. And I'm like, honestly, I can't tell you. I have no idea. I just saw the numbers. That's just what came to my mind. When you said it, it's what came to my mind. And he says, you need to be in another line of work. I said, but I don't know how I did that. I really don't. But it's not just that. There's several things that have happened through my life that made me wonder, okay, is there something else that's going on with the subconscious mind that our regular brains doesn't grasp? Look at the not just in mathematics or anything like that. Look at a situation. Remember that story about where the mother had been involved in a car wreck. The car rolled over and she had to lift the car to save her child, and she did it on her own adrenaline. Do you think that is just by her muscles, adrenaline, or was there some mind power involved in it? I don't know. I have no answers to any of that. And it's kind of like the other day when I was driving down the road, and my wife can attest to this. I'm driving down the road. I'm humming a tune. It was an '80s rock and roll tune. I don't remember what it was at this point. These things, they escape me, but I know that it happens. When I was driving down the road, I was humming this tune, and it was all right from our house or our apartment here in the city to our house in the country is about 55 minutes apart. So we got a good little distance to drive, and I'm humming this tune about maybe 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know what it was, into the drive. And then I decided to turn the radio on, and it's playing on the radio. And I'd hum that tune all that time, and then boom, as I turn the radio on, it's playing on the radio. Like in the context, or right at the point where I was humming it, it almost was right there with it. And it's not like it's a mainstream song where it plays 10 times every hour. This is an 80s song on a one of those channels that plays songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, 90s. All right, it's not playing very regularly at all. And I was humming it. So it's just, there's something going on in the mind. I was talking to a friend of mine last night. He had a similar situation like that as well. And I'm not going to get into his personal business and divulge that, but out of respect for the privacy of him and his family. But there is something to that. We can't grab it. We can't reach out there and grab it. You ever get that deja vu feeling, and it feels so real when it happens, and then 3 seconds later you're like, why did I even feel like that? Trust me, I promise you, there's something going on. All right. I'm almost wanting to get into the story I was talking about earlier about why I believe in the afterlife, why I believe in ghosts. I have a very strong reason because I've seen it more than 3 times in my life, and I believe in it. And I'm not just saying that to just freak y'all out. I wouldn't do that. I promise you. I swear my hand to the Lord because I believe in God with all my heart. I'll say a lot of people don't want to talk about religion, politics, and all that kind of stuff. I get that. You lose a little fan base, whatever. All right. But when it comes to God, I'll tell you straight up right now, I'm a wholehearted believer in the Lord. All right. I don't go to church I hardly ever go to church. I mean, I'm not big in the church. Okay. I'm not big in organized religion. But I believe in the Word of God and the power of God. I believe it's up there. But another time for another story. I promise you. And the 3 stories I have about seeing it for myself will give you some goosebumps, I promise. and it's giving me goosebumps just even thinking about it right now. And it does every time, and it's been several years. So, and No matter how many times I've talked about it, it always gives me the hair standing up right now on my arms because I know how real it is. All right, y'all.